Hello, my beautiful mystic hearts, and welcome to today's love reading. All right, so I was getting a really relaxed sort of a feeling as I'm sitting down to do this reading today. So it'll be really interesting to see what actually comes through in the cards. I will do a tap in of yourself just to see what's around you in love at the moment, just to see how you're currently viewing your connection. And then we'll tap into the person on your mind as well. So we'll actually really get into their energy and just to see how they're feeling about this connection as well, and just to see sort of where they're at and what's going on around them at the moment. So let's get into it. As I said, I'm getting just this really relaxed sort of a feeling as I'm sitting down here. So I'm also getting a feeling of healing. I feel like this has been a really healing time for you, which is potentially why you're sort of starting to feel quite relaxed about everything as well. So, like I said, it will be very interesting to see what comes through. So let's get into it. Right, so I'm just going to try and shuffle these cards here just to get your energy in here. So what is currently around this beautiful main collective spirit? What's around at the moment? What is happening with this connection? We've got the angel deck today too, so straight away. So I feel like your angels must be quite close to you. You can feel your angels or your spirit team quite close to you today. All right, so we're just going to get the first row here. Already had the Page of Pentacles in the reverse pop out, so that's very interesting. But I just want to split this deck here just to get your overall ruling energy. So that's very, very interesting. So straight away we split the deck onto the Hermit and then the Ten of Pentacles. Right. So when I was saying that I'm getting this feeling of healing, I think that you have really been spending a lot of time looking at your internal shadow or your internal childhood trauma that you need to be healing out. And so that's very much reflected here in the Hermit. You could also be a Virgo or an Earth sign. So the Hermit is very much tied to a Virgo, but also you could be an Earth sign as well. But just a very much a grounding energy, right? So you're very much going in with a lot of introspection going on at the moment, really looking at your childhood shadow, as I said. So those scars that you've been carrying since you were, very little. And you're really having a look at what your triggers are in life. So I think you have been hermiting, but it's in a positive way. It's in the upright, right? So it's just a very reflective time for you at the moment. I've just heard as well that I think that you have really pulled back on social occasions as well. I just heard that you might have been a bit of a party girl. I just heard that. That will be resonating with some of you. And I just feel that you have really pulled back. So if I've just said that, then it means I must be speaking with the divine feminine here. And then so we'll tap into the divine masculine. Just a little disclaimer as well that these readings are not gendered. So I do say this in all of my readings. You could be identifying either with a divine masculine or a divine feminine journey. You may also see parts of yourself in both, I'll be honest. But typically that is how these connections are formed. And it doesn't really matter what meat vessel you're in. So which is why this isn't gendered. It just depends on what type of baggage you're carrying, what type of trauma you need to heal out. So whether you're a runner or a chaser, so whether you're in the avoidant or whether you're sort of more of that anxious attachment. But it looks like here you've been hermiting, so you've been looking to really heal that out. So which means that this is going to be things around fear of abandonment. If I'm speaking with the feminine, then you are going to be identifying with fear of abandonment, needing to rely on others to really establish your self-esteem, to really have the assurance of others. And I don't feel like this is current energy though. I think that this is stuff that you're learning to heal out, that you're learning to recognize in yourself, and you're actually learning to heal this out as a result of this connection. So I think that this masculine came into your life and really highlighted everything to you that you really needed to heal out, probably for the very first time in your life. I think that you yourself have probably been avoiding your shadow for quite some time. And it's now sort of, you've been using this time now to really focus on what's happening. And also, I just heard that you're really deciding what you want and don't want in relationships. And I think for the first time, you're learning how to put down boundaries as well. I just heard that. But then ultimately, you're wanting to step into 10 of Pentacles. So 10 of Pentacles is very much like that white picket fence card, right? So it's a very grounded relationship. It's it's the family with the dogs in the traditional deck. You've got the family and the dogs, and so it really is. It's a very family card. It's a very like I said, it's a very white picket fence card. Is what you're after. But also, I just heard that that's not necessarily just relationships, but just in life in general. You really are stepping into your 10 of Cups. So you are really stepping into a very abundant time in your life, and not just with the relationships around you, but I heard in your Pentacle path as well, you're also stepping into a 10 of Pentacles. So maybe you've just had a job offer of some sort. I just heard that. Or maybe I just heard as well, potentially going out into business on your own for the first time, but really stepping into quite an abundant path at the moment. But this is also what you want as well. So you want a 10 of Pentacles in a relationship. So you do want a grounded connection that does have commitment, a committed, grounded connection is what you're after. And you're understanding this as a result of the hermiting that you've been doing, which is beautiful. That's good. All right, so let's keep shuffling these cards. I just want to get your top row here. Oh gosh, they're all flying out at me. I'm going to take this one. And two more, please. 1, 2, okay. All right, so this is just your top row to start with. So let's deal with these cards. All right, it's always interesting to see what comes through with these. So the very first one here is we've got the Page of Pentacles, but in the reverse. All right, so this is all around lost opportunity. So you really do see this connection as a lost opportunity for both yourself and your masculine. I do think that you are thinking to yourself, man, you really screwed up here. Like, this was a serious lost opportunity that you had. I feel I just heard that this is the conversation that you have with yourself in spirit all the time, is that this really was this lost opportunity, that the two of you could have really been something pretty amazing. But that the masculine screwed it up is what I just heard. So which is funny. I will remind you that yes, look, maybe the masculine did sort of stuff things up a little bit here, but everything has to happen for a reason, right? The way that it happened, I just heard, right? So the way that it happened, the way that you guys separated had to happen the way that it did. I just heard that it was quite a brutal separation, the two of you, when you separated, but it had to happen the way that that did, without the masculine actually running away, then you would not be in the position that you are now. You would not be as healed as you are. You would not be stepping into this abundant path if the masculine hadn't walked away the way that he did. And I think that you know that, but I do think that you do say to yourself, man, we could have been something really amazing. And so very much this lost opportunity here with that Page of Pentacles. But like I said, I do need to reiterate that everything does happen for a reason. You guys do actually need to go into separation in order to start your healing journeys. You cannot do the healing when you're together and these types of connections, because they're so triggering. So when you do meet your divine counterpart or your twin flame, when you do come into connection, it's so triggering in every way possible, both positive and negative, right? So not only, that really amazing connection that you guys share, you brought together like magnets. It really does feel like you've known each other for lifetimes before, which you really have. You will go through lifetime after lifetime together, trying to heal out your karmic cycles. And so while it's a whirlwind and it's amazing, it also highlights in each other all of the shadow work that you both need to do, because you do both meet each other at such a broken time in your lives, probably even more broken than you even realize. Although you probably realize now looking back, but at the time that you met your masculine, you probably didn't realize how broken you were. And so, however, because there's so much love between the two of you, it's just not possible for you guys to stay together, because you don't end up healing anything out. You just end up repeating cycle after cycle together, and then ultimately just damaging each other more, because you're not healing. You're just repeating trauma cycles together, because ultimately there's so much love there between the two of you that you just end up excusing all of the bad behavior, right? And so you have to go into separation. So just as quickly as you guys are brought together, you ignite each other, you trigger all of each other's trauma, and then you're very quickly then separated so that you can go and then start your healing journey. And yes, it probably does feel like a lost opportunity, but not really. I mean, look at all the amazing healing that you've done. Like I said, I just got such a feeling of healing when I sat down to do this reading. So I very much think that you are deep in shadow work at the moment. I feel like you're kind of coming out the other end of that, though. I think you've been on this journey for quite a while, Divine Feminine. All right, and then we've got the Nine of Pentacles here. So this is in a blocker though. So it doesn't surprise me this is here, because I think that this was a blocker for quite a while. So the Nine of Pentacles, I don't think this is a blocker now, but the Nine of Pentacles is very much, she's almost like she's a real princess card just before you get into your Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, she's like the baby queen almost of Pentacles, but it's a real glow up card. That's the card that you get as a feminine, or and how I feel about it is that's the card that you get just before you step into your queen energy. So it's a very beautiful card. It's a very balanced and stable card as well. And I think that for quite a while, this was actually the blocker, because I don't think that you were in that energy. I think that you probably are now. I think that you're stepping into that. But I don't think for a long time you were. I don't think that there was a lot of stability in your life. And certainly not when you met this masculine. I think that you were two very broken people when you actually met each other, like I said before. So, but I feel like you're stepping into your Nine of Pentacles now. She's a real glow up energy. She's really like, like you've far healthier choices. I just heard that addictions might have been a trigger for you as well. So I think you're really healing out your addictions. I just heard as well that potentially this masculine might have some overview of that, some insight that you're stepping into your Nine of Pentacles energy. We will get into the masculine, but we'll just want to obviously just get into you at the moment and just see where you're at. But like I said, I think that you're stepping into this, but I think that this was a blocker for quite some time, just around stability, and also this connection as well, that just for a long time, both of you were not in your Nine of Pentacles energy together. I think, like I said, you're very broken. And I also think that there has been a lot of distance between the two of you for quite a while. I don't think, if you're this much sort of like, really deep into your healing journey, it means that you've been on this journey for quite some time. This is not something that just happened a couple of weeks ago. Like, this is like you've been here for a while. I'm hearing sort of the last sort of 6 to 12 months, maybe longer. But then we've got the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles is all around being a student. It's around really taking advice. It's a real collaboration card as well, collaborating with others. I think that this was also a blocker between the two of you. I think that there has been a lack of collaboration between the two of you, obviously a lack of friendship. I just heard too as well that given that this is a blocker, that not only was a lack of collaboration with you and your masculine, or a lack of you guys working together for that common goal, but also that this masculine didn't like to take instruction from anyone. I just heard that, which I think really frustrated you. So this masculine really very much just stayed in his own lane. I just heard really like to just avoid and just shut the world out. And I think that this really led to a lot of conflicts between the two of you. Certainly wasn't the kind of masculine that wanted to read directions. That's just such a random thought that popped into my head, but I'm going to assume that that's going to be resonating with whoever this reading is for. Yeah, but the Three of Pentacles, I just think that there was a lack of teamwork, a lack of collaboration between the two of you. I also think that also meant that you felt quite isolated in this connection as well. Also, too, I just heard this, is that friendship also really played a big part as a blocker within your connection. I have a feeling that there was like a third party, the Three of Pentacles, potentially third party. It's not really generally my third party card, but I just heard that could have been an influence here. So third party, not necessarily romantic, but friendship wise. I think that I have a feeling that that friends were chosen over you more than once. That's what I've been hearing, and ultimately leading to your separation. And then we've got the Page of Swords, but the Page of Swords in the reverse. So the Page of Swords is all around truth, right? It's really around revelations, around a truth, around someone actually coming forward to you. I feel like you're the truth seeker at the moment. In the reverse, it's all around really deception. Really, it's my card of deception, the Page of Swords. So I think that you do feel that there was a lot of deception in this relationship. Like I said, though, I think that there's been so much time between the two of you. I think it's been really quite a long time since you guys have spoken. I don't think there's been any connection here for quite a long time. And as a result of that, I think that you think that there's been, like I said, just a lot of untruths here, a lot of deception. Maybe that's where the third party is coming into it as well, I'm hearing. But then we've got the Death card, and this is ultimately what you want this outcome to be, right? So it's really around brand new cycles. So it's death and rebirth. So I think that really what you want is you want to step into a new cycle with your masculine. I think that you just want to say, just really close out that old energy that you guys shared, that old relationship that you had, and really have a fresh start together. I think that's ultimately what you want with this Death card. Like I said, it's been some time since the two of you have spoken, though. I really do feel like there's a lot of distance here. And I just heard as well, it's not just emotional distance, but physical distance. I think that you guys do actually live a fair distance from each other. This person, I don't think, lives just 10 minutes down the road or in the next suburb neighborhood. I think that they live quite a long way away. I heard a couple of hours flight, or a couple of hours drive by car is what I just heard. I don't think that this person lives close to you. But you're really wanting a new beginning with this masculine. I just heard as well that you're really trying to let go of the old memories that you have of this masculine as well. Just really trying to let go of that old energy. You just don't want to ruminate on it anymore. I just heard you don't want to ruminate. You don't want to keep thinking about this old energy. You're wanting this masculine to step forward and brand new energy. Makes sense because of all of the healing that you've been doing. All right, so we've got Page of Pentacles here. Then we've got Key of Swords, but in the reverse. So the King of Swords in the upright. So you could be dealing with an air sign. You could also be an air sign, but air sign. So Gemini, I was hearing straight away. But also, it's quite a so the King of Swords, although he's very much a master of his mind, very much knows exactly what he's thinking. You know, it's very mature thought energy. You know, you've kind of been through the page, the Queen, and you're stepping into King of Swords. The King of Swords is not a very compassionate king, right? He very much is very logical. He really mind first, right? Logic first, not a lot of empathy or, I mean, when it comes to love, you don't necessarily want a King of Cups, a King of Swords energy, because it is very, very logical. It's a very, like I said, there's not a lot of compassion here with the King of Swords. When it comes in the in the reverse, so then it's really the opposite to that again. So this is sort of like the dark side of that. So it's someone who is very manipulative, can be quite distant, very cold, very distant, a real runner energy, the King of Swords in reverse. And I think that this is how you see this person, is that this is how the energy that you have been dealing with is this real King of Swords energy in the reverse. You know, so a missed opportunity by someone who really did avoid you, who was quite manipulative with you, who I want to say that I'm hearing the word gaslighting. So someone that really, really gaslighted you, made you think that potentially what you were feeling and thinking wasn't right, when actual fact it was. Which I think is where, you know, this mistruths come from. You know, this whole energy I'm picking up around third party. Yeah, I think that this is what you're seeing as the King of Swords. So there's missed opportunity by this King of Swords who presented himself in the reverse. I think this is very old energy though, so I don't think that you have really anything to base this on at the moment. I think that this is that old energy we were talking about that you're really wanting to clear out. I think you're really wanting this masculine to step forward and that you're wanting to see evidence that he's healing. So we will break down to the masculine just to see where he's at. All right, so 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. And we've got the 9 of Pentacles in the upright. And then we've got the 2 of Wands. So the 2 of Wands, that's very interesting because the 2 of Wands is all around planning that next step, right? It's really standing back, really, you know, analyzing your world and really trying to decide what the next step is. Given that this is in the blocker, I think that this is something that the masculine has really been lacking, is really direction in which way to go with you, really a lack of planning. You know, if given that it's the 9 of Pentacles, is that it's really this lack of taking the step to you in commitment, right? In something solid. There's really been a lack of movement here, and a lack of planning from the masculine side, which then also makes sense that we've got, you know, missed opportunity. Someone who you saw is really quite manipulative, is gaslighting you. I also heard too quite a jealous energy as well at the time. And then someone who was really stuck, not moving towards you. Which I think, I'm just hearing that this has just really frustrated you, the whole thing, which means that there's been a lot of time here. I have said that a couple of times, but there is really quite a lot of time since the 2 of you have spoken. So 3 of Pentacles. All right, I'm going to take both of these. Oh, see, there we go, the Devil. And then we've got the Page of Swords and we've got the Hanged Man in the upright. So, all right, so if we come here for back to Devil, yeah, it's just confirming what I was picking up on. So there were definitely third-party interferences here. Also, this is all to do with the masculine shadow, right? obsessive behaviors, addictions, third-party influences. So friends, I think that friends really were a big influence here. They've really played into his shadow. I just heard family as well. Family was really interfered here. But yeah, I'm just hearing addictions very much played a big role here. And I think that the friendship group that he was part of, or potentially still is, I don't know, we'll get to that, really played a big part here. Real devil energy, real shadow energy. So this is the stuff that the masculine needs to heal out, really. Which is funny because it seems like I'm just hearing that he's really concerned about friends and really chose friends over you. But yet at the same time, he's also someone that doesn't really want to take advice from anyone either. So yeah, quite an independent energy, but yet not. It's a bit of an odd energy. But yeah, just confirming here, just with the devil. Yeah, it was what we were talking about. And you would know this as well. So for the right collective, like this isn't coming out of left field here. Like you would actually know this about this person. This would have been what ultimately led to the separation between the two of you, is your knowledge of this, of his behavior, really. Also, I'm just seeing the number 15. So 15 might be relevant. Also the number 12 here with Hanged Man. So the 15th of the 12th, maybe that's a really important date for you guys. 15th of December. I just heard. We then got obviously the Hanged Man. So Page of Swords. So this is around truths that were hidden, deception, and then we've got the Hanged Man. So this is what you are really analyzing and going over, because you're in the Hanged Man. You've actually got, that's 2 cards now around reflection. The Hanged Man is very much around reflecting on the next step to take. All right, it's very much around, it's also a bit of a stuck energy, right? Is that you don't know which way to go, right? You're sitting there in that, well, you're not even sitting there, you're hanging upside down. You're really stuck. You're actually not sure which way to go, but it's also an analysis card as well. So I think that this is what you've been really stuck in thinking about, is the untruths that you know about, and really what direction do you want to take with this masculine? Is it time to be moving on? Or I just heard this, is it time to be moving on? Or is this a connection that you should still be holding on to? And I just heard that you're thinking to yourself, divine masculine or not, it doesn't really matter, because I'm not taking any stuff anymore from anyone. Right? I'm not taking it. So even if we are destined to be together, like if he is my divine counterpart, you're still not going to be taking any stuff from him, which I think that's a new attitude for you. I don't think that you would have had this attitude, say, a year ago. All right, so then we've got the Death card. So endings and new beginnings. Oh, all right. There's 2 cards that have come out here, so I will take both of them. That was the first one. So the Knight, interesting. The Knight of Pentacles and then the Queen of Swords. Okay, so that's very interesting. All right, so let's just deal with Knight of Pentacles. I'll just pop this over here, the Queen of Swords. Just pop her here for a sec. All right, so we've got Knight of Pentacles. Now, the Knight of Pentacles, very funny. So you obviously want to just get rid of all of this old energy, really just close it out, this karmic cycle that you've had with this masculine, step into something new. And you're hoping that he's coming through in the Knight of Pentacles energy. So you're really wanting a very grounded, stable offer. Also, and that's the Knight. So also the Knight of Pentacles, though, while it is a very stable, grounded offer when he comes through, it takes so long to come through, which is why it's the slowest moving Knight. It's actually one of the slowest, probably potentially the slowest moving card in the whole deck. Like, I'll be honest, is the Knight of Pentacles. Like, almost forgets why he's even on this journey. I'll be honest, because it just takes so long. It takes so long to ground, and it takes so long to come forward. But unlike the other nights, you don't really want another night coming through to you either. Um, but the Knight of Pentacles, if this night comes through, like, you can really trust this offer. Like, this is such a grounded, stable offer because it's taken so long to come in. It's a very grounded, stable offer, which is what you want. Right, you're really wanting to close out this old cycle with this masculine, and just really hoping that he comes through in as a Knight of Pentacles, which is fair enough. Like I said, we will tap into the masculine. We've then got the Queen of Swords. So I think this is funny that this has come out. So we've also got King and Queen here of Swords, and I always see this as well is a twin flame pairing, because both of them are quite distant, right? So both the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords, they're very much in their head, right? Very much analyzing everything, seeking the truth, but they're also quite distant from each other as well. So you probably do, the fact that these have come up is, I am going to assume that you do consider this to be your twin flame connection. That not only is this person a divine connection, but you're actually on the twin flame journey. With the Queen of Swords, though, in the upright, that means that you have been really doing a lot of healing. You feel that you've stepped into a queen energy, but it's the Queen of Swords, so she ain't taking no stuff, right, from anyone. The Queen of Swords, she's quite cutthroat, I'll be honest. And I think that this is how you're feeling, that you are going to be with this masculine if he doesn't come through in the right way to you. You're wanting him to come through as a Knight of Pentacles, and if he doesn't, then you will ultimately end up Queen of Swords in him, which is beautiful. It's a good energy. It means you finally learn how to set boundaries in your life, which is really beautiful. Yeah, she's very, very matter of fact and very logical. Once again, she's not like a Queen of Cups, so it's all about the heart and the compassion. Like the Queen of Swords, she's very, very in her head. She's very logical when she thinks about things. So I think that that's the energy that you are really stepping into when it comes to this connection. If the masculine isn't going to come through properly to you, then you, like I said, I don't need to repeat myself, but like I said, you will end up being Queen of Swords. You're Queen of Swords in. You'll get out that sword and and that'll be it. So beautiful. Okay, good. All right, so that's your energy at the moment and how you're seeing your connection. Before I tap into the masculine, I do just want to see what you've been healing on. I was called to get this deck here. So this is these oracles here. They're like color oracles. They're really to see the kind of energy. Energy is what I'm looking for, the energy oracle. Just to see really what's around you, what you're working on, and what energy you're really stepping into. And just to see what kind of guided messages come out with this as well. I will be looking at the Sacred Geometry book as well, just to make sure that we're getting the right messages as well that come through. So we'll refer to that. Well, let's get into it. So like I said, I know that you've been really healing out. So I am very interested to know really specifically what you're focusing on at the moment. And as I said, just to see the kind of guided messages that we need to come through. All right, so what is this beautiful collective, this beautiful divine feminine? What are they working on at the moment? Being told to split the deck, so I just want to have a look. Number 35 and then number 31, magic. All right, I'm just going to leave this one here. So the frequency of magic supports our intrinsic ability to grow and expand beyond this moment, to move towards possibilities and expressions, that are as grand and profound as we can imagine. All that is required is belief in their manifestations. I think that you might even be a little bit witchy yourself. I just heard that straight away, but very much working on intuition. And the third eye chakra is what I just heard. So it'll be interesting to see what else comes out. I'm actually going to take this card. I need to take this one. I'm going to, being told this is the one. So you're very much working on your magic at the moment. So I'm seeing the magician card, very much around manifestations. Also stepping into your mission work, I just heard. I'm just getting just a very, very spiritual vibe here. Also amethyst as well might be really, which is a very healing crystal. So it doesn't surprise me that this is coming up, but I'm just seeing a lot of amethyst here. So that could really resonate with you as a crystal, as it is amethyst. But like I said, I think that you're just stepping into your power, into your divine feminine is what I just heard. So really stepping into that Empress glow. Doesn't surprise me that we also had the Nine of Pentacles come up in your deck as well. But let's have a read of this. Also, the number 31, that could actually mean something to you as well. Just heard you could be 31, or the third of the first of the third. All right, so oftentimes we consider to be, what we consider to be magic is simply that which we cannot explain within the parameters, turn the page, of our existing belief system or reality. If we haven't seen something before, or we were never taught that something could exist, then it must be magic if we clearly experience or observe it. Magic could be described as the explanation we give for something we perceive as real, even though science has not been able to prove or examine it yet, and our mind struggles to accept it. Throughout history, humans have had a profound fascination with magic and a deep fear of it as well. Magic holds seemingly unseen and unknown possibilities that can be of immense value. Yet our lack of understanding and control makes us fearful of it. We assign great power to it, as described in countless fairy tales, myths, legends, in which magicians, sorcerers, witches, and wizards play significant roles. Perhaps our deep fascination with magic is our unconscious desire to alter our existing reality and expand beyond our current state to become a much grander expression of who we really are. Magic helps us believe that everything is possible, even the things that seem impossible to make no sense. Magic is another word for manifestation. So, like I said, I think that you are really stepping into your magic. I just kept seeing the Magician card, which is a really beautiful energy. But I think you are very much working on your manifestations. And like I said, not just with this, with this connection, but just in life in general. I just felt, and I think this is confirming it, that you're really stepping into a very abundant period in your life, that there's been a lot of seeds sown, and now you are really just starting to see the fruits of your labor, is what I just heard. So very much working on manifestations at the moment. Also, you could be listening to a lot of manifestation hertz, a lot of manifestation music as well. But yeah, just very bit of a witchy is what I just heard. So that will really resonate. All right, so I just want another card here, please. Oh, we've got Soul Time. This is a beautiful card. This is all around you doing soul work, but also getting very close to your angel team as well, or your spirit team, the divine, whoever you sort of pray to. But this is another beautiful energy. Also purple. So it's really a healing third eye time for you at the moment, very much. So you're all in purple. It's all around self-love as well. Purple's a real self-love color. So the frequency of soul time asks us to allow for the possibility of a new reality to emerge, one that embraces the concepts that while the get it out in a second. While the corporeal body is mortal, the soul is timeless, limitless, and infinite. A lot of purple. You could also be wearing purple at the moment, working with the color purple. But yeah, just a lot of, so very, very spiritual cards here. The number 40. I just heard too, purple candle wax. I've actually got purple candle wax here too, if you can see that up just on camera. All right. So, as part of a duality-based world, the concept of time has been defined throughout human history as linear, with the past, present, and future. We look back at where we came from, apply lessons learned to our present, and move forward with expectations that we derive from the past. Linear time has been comprehensible and has made our future somewhat predictable. The story of our human history is told from the viewpoint that we are born into the world and we leave when we physically die. A straightforward history. Now that we are awakening into a consciousness of a much larger story, that a singular lifetime on Earth and a defined three-dimensional reality, we slowly start to realize that what time as we knew it no longer applies. Besides going back into the past and going forward into the future, we find spaces that are far and wide in between, spaces that are infinite and non-linear. We have arrived in soul time. So yes, like I said, you were really focusing on, I also heard mission work. So you're probably a reader yourself, some sort of a spiritual healer. Why did I just hear scryer as well? I think you might be a scryer. So soul time means having access to all the experiences that the soul has been through, is going through, and will go through, all in any given moment that we choose. To demonstrate this evolution of linear time, the soul time activation has been created for a repetition of the infinite sign. So this is also all around your activations, also you activating to the journey, understanding what the twin flame journey is about. The purple refers to our connection to the higher realms and to source. A connection third eye. A connection that needs to be securely established in order for us to experience time outside of the reality of the three-dimensional. The yellow is our inner power and the way we manifest ourselves here on Earth. So another card about manifestation. The hexagons in the image refer to the form-based world, which is linear and three-dimensional, yet an equal component in our experience of reality and time. So yes, very much around you getting in, really examining your spirit team, your spiritual side. I have a funny feeling you've probably always been spiritual throughout your life, but I think that as a result of this connection, like this has really that's gone up like 100-fold, if that makes sense. For the right collective, you'll know what I'm trying to say, is that I think that you're really stepping into, ultimately, into your soul path, into what you're supposed to be doing in this world, which is just really beautiful. And just so much purple. All right, so if I didn't mention it before, the number 40, that might also be really relevant. I'm also seeing 314. So that could be like a house number or phone number, something like that. All right, and just a last card here. Just want to get one more and then we'll tap into your masculine. I'm also being told to remind you that, yes, while this probably does feel like a lost opportunity, I want to come back. I'm just seeing that card again, that Page of Pentacles in reverse in your tarot, that yes, while this does feel like a lost opportunity, none of this could have happened, and you know this, but none of this could have happened without you going into separation with your masculine. And then lastly, we have prosperity. So this is what I was picking up on. So we've got the number 36 as well. So and 36 is 9. So 9 could be a number here as well. 9 of Pentacles, number 9. But so this is prosperity. So this is the abundant path that you're stepping into. to confirm what we were talking about. So the frequency of prosperity supports our feeling of well-being by allowing the inclusion of everything that makes our mind, body, heart, soul, and spirit sing. It invites us to express ourselves in joy and celebration of the abundance and riches that the universe provides. Like I said, I think that you are really stepping into a very abundant path right now. A lot of your manifestations are coming through. So this new energy is asking us to revisit and redefine how we want to perceive our human concepts. Turn the page. To help us recreate a reality that reflects a new and more expanded consciousness. The way in which we perceive and experience our state of prosperity is important to the creation of our new reality. The word prosperity originates from the Latin prosperous, which means doing well. But this entails much more than just our financial wellness. Well, I think that this is very much, I think you're stepping into financial well-being. The original meaning encompass the totality of our well-being, including our health and happiness, as well as our success. Sadly, it seems that we have lost this meaning over time. We've grown accustomed to measuring our success and thus our prosperity by the reflection of our bank accounts. The new energy invites us to reconsider our feelings of joy, love, compassion, and connection of self and others, in addition to the fulfillment of the mundane and physical needs, all a part of our sense of prosperity. So when I was saying that you are not only stepping into an abundant period, right, in pentacle wise, but also just in the relationships around you, with family, with friends, really in your pentacles. And pentacles is not just about finance, it's around the physical realm, right? And everything that's in the physical realm. So that includes relationships and, and that sort of thing. So I think that, it's just a very prosperous time that you're stepping into, which is why you're now questioning around this connection with the masculine, which makes sense. In this activation, the abundance of rich, deep, and vibrant colors refers to the abundance of experiences of the universe that provides us at any given moment, experience that resonates all with the parts of our being, activating all energy centers in our body. The swirling moments indicate the constant change that is in the core of our human experience. This predominantly green and turquoise color indicate the importance of letting all of these experiences flow through the heart center, where we connect them with our inner truth before we express them to the to the external world. So you're also learning all around balancing your chakras as well, really coming into internal balance. And also, I just heard as well, understanding that yes, you are stepping into a very prosperous time financially, but that it's not all about finances, which is also something that this journey calls us to do as well, is to really just let go of financial shackles, really, to understand really what this world truly is for, to really break free of the rat race of that, of what 85-90% of people actually believe, what people are conditioned to, just really breaking out of that conditioning. And I just heard that that you're really there, that's what you're working on. Beautiful. So look, that's really beautiful energy. All right, so that's very much you, which explains why you are now questioning the masculine, right? So what on earth is going on with the masculine? So let's get into it. Let's break it down. Let's get into your masculine. This will be very interesting. I just heard you might be surprised. So let's see. Let's see what happens with the masculine. All right. Just going to ring out your energy. I might just do that again because we're going to just go straight into picture cards today. So I want to just see the masculine. I want to see what's going on in his world at the moment. Really how he's seeing this connection at the moment. So let's get into it. All right, let's see this masculine. That's actually message card has just popped up. So let's see okay, it really does want to come out. That just flew out. Messages. communication, conversing, expressing feelings is masculine. All right, I want to get something to confirm this. I don't think he's just come through with the message. And once again, I am saying he, she. It's not a gendered reading. Just want to clarify that again. Just depends if you're identifying as masculine or feminine. I'm going to get a card to... Oh, gosh. That was the message card. I might just have to pause. I'm just going to have to pause for a second and go and get this because that literally flew across the other side of the room. So bear with me here. Okay, I'm back. The message card, which flew all the way to the other side of the room. So that clearly wants to come out. I don't know. I don't think a message has come through to you yet. But I think this might be something he's definitely thinking about. My goodness. Okay. Very, very clear that so communication, conversation, expressing feelings. Let's just keep going here. That's so interesting that would come out. I don't know if you're expecting a message at all. I don't think anything's come across your table yet, but I definitely think he's thinking about it. All right, just trying to get the masculine energy into this person you're connected to. All right, so let's just split this deck. And this is how this masculine is his current ruling energy when it comes to this connection. So we've got faith, healing, intuition, dreams, so guidance. So that's very interesting because I was picking up that this masculine does not like to get guidance on anything. So he could actually be currently getting guidance on potentially on coming through to you on what this message should look like. Because we've got faith, healing, intuition, dreams. So maybe you've both seen each other in dreams recently. I just heard that. Maybe you've just seen a dream. Maybe he's just dreamt about you. I just heard that as well. But he looks like he's been also on his own healing journey. We've also got here as well this road, right? So whenever this card comes up and I see that road, I always think of distance. There's been a lot of distance between you guys, and I think physical distance. Like I said, I was getting like a couple of hours away, either by car. I just heard boat. I don't think boat, although boats could be relevant. I just heard the word boat, so maybe boats are relevant, like speedboat. I don't know, it's random, but I just heard it. But I also always see here a motorbike as well. So motorbikes could be really significant to this collective. But I can just see just a lot of distance here between the two of you. But he's getting guidance on how to come through. And then we've got secretive, so sneaky, mysterious, hiding information. There's that that deception card that you were picking up on. So intuitively, you know about the deception. There was deception here. Like I said, whether that was around romantic or not, it doesn't not necessarily around romantic. I'm just hearing just in general that there was just deception, which you're aware of, like we've already covered it. But this is what this masculine's thinking about at the moment. So he's thinking about his secret deceptive behavior and about the distance between the two of you, and clearly about potentially a message. So fighting, trust issues. So one-sided, detached. That was definitely how he was in this connection. So he knows that. Well, that's mind games that wants to come out. If you can see that too, that is incense. If anyone's wondering what that is, I'll just push that over there. So mind games, immature. Okay, all right. So there was a lot of mind games here played between the two of you. Well, not between the two of you. I think this masculine is reflecting on his. I'm going to say it. It sounds a bit harsh, and I will be a bit harsh with this masculine, but considering what I've already seen in the tarot and what it looks like is going to come through. But I think that this masculine acted pretty terribly, I'll be honest. I think his behavior, the masculine's behavior, was less than ideal, I'll be honest. But I think that this is really what happened. So he was, immature with you. We did see this to that King of Swords in reverse. So I think this is confirming that energy. Really, I'm just hearing the word jealous as well, but just a quite an immature energy. I think always trying to test you as well. Just a lot of mind games, I think. Remember when I said gaslighting? I really heard the word gaslighting come through. I think that was really played a huge part here. I certainly hope that this is part of the shadow that the masculine is trying to heal out, but it really did cause a lot of fighting between the two of you. So real Five of Wands energy caused trust issues. I think the masculine was quite detached with you. I think that you felt like the connection was very one-sided. Oh, okay. I thought a card wanted to come out then. There we go. So hiding true feelings. So still hiding true feelings. All right. So hiding the true feelings. So they really do have this hurricane of emotion for you underneath. So deep emotions, secretly in love. But to everybody else around them, then they have been up until this point really hiding their feelings from you. So still very much in runner energy. Well, they have been up until this point. Really haven't come through with you. We've got the word detached again. So we've got two detached cards here. So really wearing their mask with you. I think even now, like I said, I think there's really been quite some time between contact here. All right, another one, please. But the masculine's hurting. So crying, depressed, pain, sorrow. I think that there is deep regret here. So real Five of Cups energy here. I think that there's a real deep regret over this. I think that all of this is what he's reflecting on. The masculine's reflecting on. So the fact that, that he's really caused a lot of damage here. He knows that he's caused a lot of pain and sorrow here, that he has caused a lot of hurt. And I think that he himself was also really feeling very hurt here over this. All right, let's get a few more here. So we've got message. All right, so this is the card that flew across the room. So clearly he wants you to know that he wants to come through to you. However, very fitting that Queen of Swords card would come up for you, right? Is it you? Depending on, and I can see why you have been saying to yourself, if he doesn't come through to me properly, given the damage that's been done here, I will Queen of Swords him. That makes sense. All right, so we've got message. Oh, being very, very particular now. So message. Oh, but he's been snooping. So, stalking, social media, psychic attack. You may actually know this. You might have a sense of this even intuitively, that this masculine is snooping at the moment, which is not. I mean, I'll be honest. This is not. I'll be truthful, right? I won't try to be too harsh here, but honestly, if he's still in this energy and snooping, it's not the best energy. I'll have to be honest. He could also be getting tarot readings on you as well. I'm stalking you psychically, but very much I think that he's on your social media. So I don't know if you have your profiles as public or private, or like if it's in public, he could be actually coming through and actually looking at your stuff, under fake accounts and stuff like that. I just heard that. I think you probably, why did I just hear that you think that someone has been looking, but you're not quite sure? I'm being told, trust your intuition, that he's actually this person. He wants to come through though. This masculine wants to communicate, but I think there's a serious blocker here. I wasn't going to get tarot, but I wasn't feeling like I was being called to get tarot, but it looks like I probably will. I want to break this down a bit further as to how this masculine is seeing this connection. All right, so fighting. Oh, wow. Okay. All right, so then we've got broken mirror. So addictions have come up again, and then we've got the red flag, so mind games. So this is all around, I'll get my words out in a second. This is all around that old energy that he's reflecting on. So he knows that both of you, when I said that you guys both met each other as very broken people when you first met each other, this is confirming it. So there was a lot of fighting in your connection as a result of the fact that you guys were both so broken, but like twin flames, you guys reflected each other, even though you were both mirrors to each other, and you've reflected back what actually had to be healed out in each other. So very much around addictions as well. So I think that I was picking this up before and confirming here that addictions do play a big part in this connection. And I think for a long time you guys actually, it was quite toxic between the two of you, I'll be honest. And that there was a roller coaster. Why did I hear that you guys blocked, unblocked, blocked, unblocked? That will really resonate with whoever this reading's for. But then mind games, and then and then huge red flags. Like he understands that that's all really red flag behavior, right? So cheating, deception, very much around the deception, gaslighting you. Very immature behavior, are huge red flags. I think this masculine absolutely understands that. I just heard that he is trying to heal this out. I just heard that he is trying to heal this out. So at least he understands what his cycles are. Because I'll be honest, I mean, this is not great energy. So we've got hiding their true feelings. All right, we do have 3 cards. I will take all of these. So just pop these to the side here. So 3 or 4, it's 3 cards. All right, so what have we got? So let's put that one there. So pictures, reminiscing. So regret. So here we are. So straight under that. So hiding true feelings. So deep emotions. Like I said, it's a hurricane of emotion for you, but yet he's up until this point has just been very much like putting up this mask, just appearing to everybody that, that he is totally fine without you, I heard, even though he's so not. But regrets, reminiscing, missing you. I think there's deep regret here. Also, we've got, that depressed card. I'm getting such a heavy feeling. I'm also just seeing this image of this masculine just sitting on his couch or sitting on the bed, scrolling, messaging, deleting, scrolling, messaging, deleting. So I just heard. I think he's definitely wanting to message you. And what else have we got here? So we've got Double Life and Netflix and Chill. So these are both under this. So Double Life, so another card of deception. So deception in another relationship. Like I said, I think he very much made you feel like a third party, probably even chose a third party over you. Yeah, so this is that deception card that I keep talking about, deception. So here it is, just confirming it. And then we've got that Netflix and Chill as well. So sneaking around, friends with benefits. Once again, another card of third party. And also the fact that he made you feel like an option. Also that this was probably quite a short-lived romance as well. I don't know if this relationship ever, I don't think it was ever official. Let's say that. I think that this probably was always a situationship. But yeah, very much a Netflix and Chill situation. All right, that's pretty heavy energy, I'll be honest. But like I said, I just have this feeling that this masculine is in deep regret over this. Like, this is not great energy, but I think that he is in deep regret. All right, let's get the tarot. I want us to actually break this down and see what is going on with this masculine. So I'm just going to move this ash. It's really ash that's there. Probably doesn't look the best on camera though. All right, so I want to get into this masculine energy. Which deck are we going to use? Get these ones. We can get this card here. I was being told straight away to look at the bottom here, which is Six of Swords. So Six of Swords is all around moving on from really harsh waters, moving into calmer seas. Very much around mind ache as well. So moving from a really like quite a depressive state into something much more positive. But anyway, we'll keep going. All right, so what's happening with this masculine? How is he seeing this connection? Okay. I feel like this is going to be a long reading. It's probably long already, but can't help it. It's whatever spirit wants me to say. Maybe grab a snack. I feel like we're going to be here for a little while longer. All right, so I'm going to take all of those. This one first. That's the Lovers card, just so you know straight away. How is this masculine seeing this connection? He's seeing you guys as the lovers, as divine counterparts, which is a beautiful card. So you guys are mirroring each other. There's just, and I've been quite harsh on this masculine, I will say, but I can only go from what the cards are showing me. And the cards were not showing me particularly positive energy, I'll be honest. But if he's seeing you guys as the lovers, I will take that card. Then it means that he is on this journey, that I just get this sense that he's really wanting to change. I just heard that he wants to change. So, which is good. It means that he's probably doing shadow work himself. I'm being told to take these cards as well. So this is the Justice card, the Justice card in reverse. Also the number 11 as well. So you could be seeing a lot of angel numbers, 11, 11, 12, 12, just heard 12, 12. As well, but for a long time he knows the injustice, because this is in the reverse. He knows the injustices that have been here, the damage that was caused in this connection. He knows this. All right, he does see you as divine counterparts. So, but there's been a lot of injustice here. Also, considering that justice, there could actually be legal matters involved here as well. Why did I just hear that he was divorced? Which wouldn't surprise me, because typically when twin flames do come into contact, you are very broken birds. You're very broken people when you meet each other. But also there's always a societal issue when you meet each other. It's part of just the way that twin flames operate. So the job of twin flames is to really show others that you don't have to conform to a rat race, that you can actually break free from what society tells you is correct and not. And so typically there's always a societal issue with twin flames. There'll be a reason why I'm regressing here, but either one of you or both of you will be married, or there's a big age gap, or you've got differences in nobility factors, family as well, cultural differences from very different cultures. Things along those lines. There'll be a reason why I'm digressing here with that, but I just heard that there really was a large societal issue between the two of you. And I just heard for some of you that actually might be divorce or a marriage. So because we do have that Justice card, which is all around legal matters. Also, he could have been in a little bit of legal messiness when you guys met. I just heard that as well. But then we've got the Nine of Cups, which is all around wish fulfillment. And I'm being told to take this in the upright. So wish fulfillment here. So he absolutely sees you as the wish fulfillment. The Lovers, wish fulfillment. You know, you really are going to head into that 10 of Cups energy. I think you got the 10 of Pentacles, but the 10 of Cups energy, really that emotional fulfillment together. And then we've got the Eight of Pentacles, which is very much around a relationship that has been through a lot of ups and downs, but you're kind of coming out the other end. So you've laid down roots, you've laid down seeds, and really you're now becoming masters in the relationship. You're really understanding equal give and take is what I just heard. It's quite it's really moving into quite a mature relationship. I think it's the best way that I can put it. But also here, I just want to point this out that I always see, whenever this card comes up, I always see these horns here, but it always actually reminds me of two swans. And then two swans are also soulmates. It's a real soulmate energy, is the two swans together. So I always see that. So I definitely think, just to confirm as well, you know, you've got two cards essentially here of soulmates. All right. I'm being told to take these cards as well. So we're actually going to have 6 across here, which is quite a lot. But I feel there's quite a lot to say here. So we've got then 7 of Wands, which is all around boundaries. So setting boundaries. So I think that the boundaries that you set with this masculine are really playing over in his mind. I think that he understands the boundaries that you had to put with him. He really understands it. And then we've got, so interesting that we've got the 7 of Pentacles here as well. So the 7 of Pentacles comes before the 8 of Pentacles. So the 7 of Pentacles is really around laying down seeds, laying down roots, waiting for those manifestations to come in. All right, which is really what he's wanting to do with you. So he's really wanting to, we've got 7 of Pentacles into 8 of Pentacles is really the kind of relationship that he wants. I'm just hearing, though, that there is still work that he has to do in order to get to this point, though. He absolutely wants to come through with a message, but you want him to be coming through in a real king energy, you know, emperor energy, king energy. Definitely don't want page energy or a knight. Also, we've got the World card on the bottom as well. So World card is all around brand new cycle. So you've got the Death card. He's got the World card on the bottom. So he wants to start a new cycle with you as well. Okay. Let's keep going here. All right, so we've got the 4 of Pentacles. Interesting that would come up. Under Lovers. So he understands the blockages that have been here with that 4 of Pentacles. It really is quite a blocked card, the 4 of Pentacles. And he understands that his behavior is ultimately what has led to this blockage, right? Is his real immaturity. I'm just hearing immaturity. He understands that this is what is really standing in the way of coming through to his divine feminine. Yeah, I think he really understands. I've just seen that immaturity card, that mind games card again, that real immature energy. All right, so then we've got Oh, way too many. We've got Justice in reverse. And then we've got the Divine Empress. Divine Empress? Yeah, well, the Empress card, but in the reverse. So the Empress card is obviously the Divine Feminine, right? It's also the card of pregnancy as well. So there could have been children involved here, especially if I was seeing divorce. Maybe there were children involved as well. But it's also the card of compassion. It is the Earth Queen. Right, so a couple of things I'm getting for this. So this will be how he sees you, of course, is the Earth Queen, which means you might be an Earth sign as well. So you could be Virgo, you could be Capricorn, Taurus as well. Also, roses might also be significant to you as well. But this in the reverse, so he knows that there's been a real lack of compassion here towards you, that there's been that he's really been in Empress in reverse. He's been a real Empress in reverse to you, is what I'm hearing, as a result of this injustice, which really caused a lot of injustice here. He knows how much damage has been done from his behavior. So need another card, please, for Nine of... Oh, but there we go. So he sees you as his wish fulfillment, and he wants to come through to you with a love offer. There we go. So that's the Ace of Cups, love offer, which is confirmed with the message card as well. He really does want to come through to you. I know that he does. It's just that whether his energy is going, whether he is in a stable enough space to actually come through to you. Like, he clearly sees you as divine. He wants to come through with that offer of love. All right, then we've got the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles, which is all about, grounding. But then we've got the Five of Pentacles, which is all around being left out in the cold. So the Five of Pentacles is really, it's around the distance between you guys. So while he really wants to lay down these roots with you, he really wants to become a master, a really strong foundation of a relationship with you. He is still, this is playing on his mind, is this whole Five of Cups, this distance between the two of you, that he still very much feels left out in the cold. What did I hear? I think he might have him blocked. He might have you blocked as well. But he very much feels very much out in the cold at the moment, which is what he's going over. Like, he's in deep reflection at the moment. All right, so then we've got the Seven of Wands. But then we've got the High Priestess. The High Priestess card is that. So he sees you as the High Priestess and the boundaries that you set with him, which means that he knows how intuitive you are. He does see you as a High Priestess, which is why when I was picking up on all of that kind of like that witchy vibe, is that I think that you are very much stepping into your High Priestess energy. If you are online, he might even watch you. I just heard that as well. He might actually be watching you in the background, which is what the whole sneakiness is as well, snooping, stalking. You might have knowledge of him actually watching you in the background on like a fake account of some sort. But you are stepping into your High Priestess energy, so very much into your intuition. Really, it's the feminine oracle is what the High Priestess is. Very, very in tune with spirit, with the divine. And really, I just heard as well, able to teach others. Right? And I think as well that I just heard this, that you used your intuition, that your intuition was right. Whatever was going on there, your intuition was right, and you put up boundaries with this masculine through what you were feeling and your intuition, and your intuition was right. Yes, he did gaslight you, but you were actually correct. All right, and then so we've got the Seven of Pentacles, which is all around manifestations. That's really interesting because this is the Devil card again. So we've had the Devil card actually come out twice. And this is Devil in reverse, which means it's all around. He's wanting to come out of Devil energy, but this is confirming, because we've got Devil energy in the other deck as well, is that addictions really played a huge part here. That real Devil energy. Addictions, third parties, real shadow energy. This is really what he's working through. I think that this is still something that he's working on. Still something he's working on, which means I want to get a couple of those color cards for him as well. I actually want to see what he is working on. What's he healing out? Okay, bear with me here. I'm going to grab that deck again. All right, what's your masculine working on at the moment? What's he healing out? Oh, they're being a bit picky. There we go. Okay, that's the first one. So what's your masculine? So universal love. So the frequency of universal love activates the connection we feel to each other, to our planet, and to the whole of existence itself. Right, the number 44. So the number 44 could also be really relevant. Let me just get this. I'm just getting a feeling around self-love at the moment. So love is probably, as I'm looking at the cards here. So love is probably the most sought after, mysterious, indeterminate and fulfilling feeling that a human can experience. Its mystery surely derives from the fact that we cannot really describe or define what it is. Is it energy? Is it emotion? Perhaps it is simply the glue that binds everything together. Whatever it is, we know without a doubt when we feel loved, then we are loved. As vibrational beings, we hold frequency that aligns with the frequency of our thoughts and our emotions. And for that vibrational point of attention, we attract everything else into our reality. Love is one of the highest frequencies. When we are in a state of love, we easily attract circumstances and people into our reality that are aligned with our frequency. I think he's going through a huge tower moment. I think that he is going through a huge energy upgrade at the moment. I also just heard that there are people in his life which are naturally falling away at the moment. I really think that he is on this healing journey, which is really good. I've been quite harsh to this masculine based on the cards that I've been seeing, but I think that he's really reflecting at the moment. I do think that he is trying to work on his universal love of everyone, and in particular himself. I'm hearing himself. Human beings are capable of feeling deep compassion and love, not just for one another, but for all life in general. How do you describe what a parent feels towards their child, or how friends feel towards each other, or the love between siblings, among family members, or for pets? Love is a powerful force that drives our actions, motivates our behaviours, and we can change the course of our lives. And perhaps the very reason that we are capable of such deep feelings is that nothing fuels our desire for change and evolution more than the love that we are able to feel. Yeah, I really do think that he's working on self-love. That's what I just kept hearing. And he's really going through a frequency upgrade. He's trying to really heal out those karmic relationships in his life. So if this masculine does come through to you, I'm just hearing that this will be a bit of a test for you, to kind of just put into practice all of the, that's discernment that's come out, by the way. I won't take it. Funny, you got basically all purple cards. I wonder if there's going to be a color theme for your masculine as well. We've got a lot of blue so far. Blue is very much around communication. So it makes sense that he's working on his communication. Well, there we go. Crown chakra. So you're both working on that. So the frequency of the crown, so purple as well. So the frequency of the crown chakra, the violet flower of life, supports our spiritual connection to the universe and our ability to transmute negative energy into light. So you're both working on your third eye. I just think that this masculine is maybe just a little bit further behind you in the journey. All right, so number 7. 44, like I said, all the number 7 could also be relevant, but the number 7. So the flower of life is a geometric shape recognized by the many cultures over the planet, right? Let me just... Here. As a symbol of the flower of life, this represents the universe as a whole, as well as the harmony in which all separate components of the universe work together. This beautiful pattern is often used to indicate our understanding of the connection as humans and spiritual beings to the whole. So it's like I said, intuition, third eye. The color violet is associated with the 7th or crown chakra located at the top of the head. It is associated with our personal spiritual connection to the universe and to source. Violet has the highest frequency in the visible spectrum of light and is therefore linked to the flame of transmutation, which burns away all negativity and transmutes it into light. Violet is the color of cleansing, purification, magic, mystery, and mysticism. Our sense of empathy and the unity are associated with this chakra. So I think I have a feeling that he's just coming to this. Like I said, I think that you've been working with your spirit team and your spiritual connection for quite a while. I think I just have this feeling he's just stepped into this energy. He's just stepped into the crown chakra work. But really just working on his intuition healing. He's probably a healer himself. And I'll just get one more. That's an interesting card. It's fertility. So the frequency of fertility invites us to be more open, more courageous, more creative, and more joyful than we were before. It activates the potential for something beautiful to grow from our consciousness into a new and grand expression of ourselves. Number 27, that could be really relevant. 27th of the 7th. Just heard that. So the 27th of July. So when the long, dark days of winter finally give way to the arrival of a new season, all of existence responds in glorious expression. The voices of songbirds fill the air. A hint of green appears on trees and plants, and people walk with a little more bounce in their step, a smile on their face. Spring is a time of fertility, when all of existence is bursting with the potential of a new life and timing for expansion and promise. We see it around us in the outer world, and we feel it inside us in the inner world. It feels like a grand yes. It's breathed over us and into us from everywhere. Usually fertility refers to the ability to produce offspring. In the new energy, we are invited to consider fertility as the potential to grow something new and inspiring, and a new idea, a new project, a new paradigm. World energy. So very much he is going through some real healing at the moment. And it seems like really stepping into a new cycle. I think that he's really trying to close out karmic cycles and really stepping into a new way of doing things is what I just heard. But really very much looking at his shadow. Yeah, like I said, I'm just, for the very first time, I think that his third eye is finally starting to activate, which it is for you as well. Like you're both in that real purple color and that real purple frequency, but I think that he might just be just a little bit further behind than you. Like I said, though, you haven't had any confirmation of this, though, which is why you're getting so frustrated, because there's been such a long time between contact here. That is actually beautiful energy, though. So I know that I was giving this masculine a bit of a hard time, but that is actually really beautiful energy. All right. So I think the only other thing that we really need to ask here is that what is this masculine's next steps? And so I'm going to get the little black cards for this. Towards you. I know, we really know that he wants to come through with a message, but what's actually going to happen? So let's just get these little black cards. I'm being told just a few here, just to see. So let's see what's in the near future. So over the next sort of few weeks, what is going to happen with this masculine? I'll be honest, so if this masculine is still in this real healing energy, I'm not sure if this is how you're going to want your masculine to show up. Like you were really wanting a Knight of Pentacles, and I think he definitely wants to be there. I'm just not sure if he's there yet. Let's see. So even if we do get like a coffee cup that comes up here, I think you really need to ask yourself whether he's going to be able to offer you what you need. All right, just a few cards here, please. Being very picky. Okay, so we've got the snake. I'm just being told to take 4 cards. That's all we're going to do. So the snake. So competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder. The other woman. I think that he's still got some real serious karmic energy around him. This is what he's trying to close out, right? Is that there's a lot of snake energy around him. And like I said, even if he does come through, even if we do get coffee cup that comes through here, I think it will be a bit of a test for you as to how you deal with this. It will be a bit of a love test is what I'm hearing. All right, so snake. So there's still a lot of karmic energy around him at the moment. That he is trying to clear out. He's trying to heal and clear it out. Oh, but there it is, love call. So you do have a love call coming. So someone expressed message thinking of you. You do have a love call coming. There it is. Of all of those cards, that came out. And also message card, like that came out so strongly that literally flew across the floor. So you do have a message coming through. You have something in the next couple of weeks is what I'm hearing. So you definitely have a love call coming through, but it will be a love test for you to actually understand if this masculine is worthy or not yet. Is he worthy? All right, 2 more cards, please. 2 more. So self-indulgence, so focus on self, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. So this is what he's doing at the moment. So he really is very focused inward. He's looking at his crown chakra. His crown chakra is actually activated for the very first time. So he really is focusing on self-worth at the moment, shadow work, right? Self-appreciation, self-love, right, is really what he's focusing on, trying to get rid of these karmic relationships out of his life. And then one last card, please. Oh, and then you've got the lightning card. Oh, so you've definitely got something coming through to you. So this is like my shock card, and I think that you will be shocked when this message comes through, but you clearly have something, right? So we've got lightning and we've also got love call. I think that this will come through to you like a bolt of lightning. I don't think that you will be expecting this, but there is something coming through. So we've got sudden change, so shocking news. It might even come through to you on a storm as well. It might be like a bit of a stormy night, lightning, when this comes through. But expect to hear from this masculine for the right collective. Also, if this is not your collective, please don't try to make these details fit if this is not you. But for those of you that this is the right collective, you do have a love call coming, like a bolt of lightning. Yeah, expect to hear from this masculine. Oh, okay. That's it, guys. I feel that was a really long reading. So I hope you enjoyed the snack. I do hope you went and got a snack halfway. But thank you for allowing me really to read that energy. I do wish you the best of luck. Would be great to hear from you as to how this goes. But look, expect something through from the masculine. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. As I said, I do thank you. If you've made it through to this far, then I do ask that you subscribe and also like this as well. Given that I'm such a brand new channel here to YouTube, that really does help get these messages out to the right people. Of course, it does help me, of course, but more importantly, it does really help these messages get out to the people that need to hear them. So I would ask that you support in that way. And that's really it for today. So I will see you in the next reading.